Right before I hit record, that hat over here fell. Whatever, I'm not picking it up. Hello and welcome back. Today I have a really fun, exciting, at least I'm excited, foundation review for you because it is a really inexpensive drugstore foundation that I really like. So, today we're going to be taking a look at the Joe Fresh foundation stick. Now, if you are not in Canada, Joe Fresh might not be a brand that you've super heard of or you really super know because it's kind of hard to find outside of Canada. I know that some places in the States you can get Joe Fresh, and I know that when I go on the Joe Fresh website, you can order and you can have it shipped to Canada or the US. So I know that that's a thing, but I don't know how well spread Joe Fresh is beyond North America. But I'm going to be looking at this foundation stick anyway because I've never seen anyone else talk about it. A positive and a negative for you here. The positive is the price. This foundation stick is only $8. And if I can be honest with you, the reason I bought it, the reason I was intrigued to buy it at all is because I know that foundation sticks are popular right now, so I wanted to review one on my channel, and it was inexpensive. So that's why I bought it, 100%. And I had a really hard time with the shades because there's only about 5 shades of this, and you can't open it at the drugstore because there was like a big sticker across this, so you're really just looking at the sticker on the top, and the shade selection is terrible. So if you're looking at this foundation, be careful with the shades. So mine is in the shade Bisque, and I got lucky because mine's a really good match for me, but that was like, ugh. But anyway, the negative, the actual negative that I wanted to note is that I don't know where this foundation exists on the internet. I had no idea. You know how here is where I usually do my whole, before I talk about this more, let's check up on the website. This is all I could find. This page on the Shoppers Drug Mart website that shows the foundation and like its item number in the Shoppers Drug Mart big catalog of all the products they have. That's it. There's no description. There's nothing. There's not even a Joe Fresh Beauty website. I can't find it on Amazon. I can't find it anywhere. And I would think that Joe Fresh would have like its own section of its website dedicated to beauty because, I mean, if Joe Fresh is a brand that can afford supermodels like Miranda Kerr and Karlie Kloss as their like models, their spokesmodels that you see all over their website, you would think that for their makeup line they would have like something on the internet somewhere, but no, there's nothing. So in Canada, I can find Joe Fresh at the Superstore and at Shoppers Drug Mart now. They never used to have it at the Shoppers, but they have it now. So if you're in Canada, you can find it both of those places, but beyond that, I have no idea where you can find it. Hopefully they add Joe Fresh to the website or whatever. If I can manage to find a link, I will put it in the description below, but if not, I leave it up to you. You are often better at interneting than I am, so if you can find a link to the Joe Fresh Foundation, go for it. So back to my thoughts about this foundation stick. I'm obsessed. You know how I reviewed the e.l.f. foundation stick? And I didn't really love the e.l.f. foundation stick, but then somehow, like a month or so ago, it blew up on YouTube, and everyone's talking about the e.l.f. foundation stick and how much they love it, and blah, 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 and I'm just sitting here like, really though? The way that they all talk about the e.l.f. stick is the way I feel about this one. It just applies so smoothly. It just glides right on, and then I can use a kabuki brush and just kind of blend it out, and it blends out seamlessly. Totally just like becomes one with my skin and gives me the most even, flawless looking skin ever without being heavy or cakey or waxy or greasy. It has like the best of everything that I could ever want. It doesn't tend to cling to my dry patches, and it doesn't break down on the oilier spots of my skin. Somehow it reacts to both sections perfectly. I don't even set this with powder. I actually don't like to set this with powder. On days when I have set it with powder, like today, I don't like how it looks as much because like it looks fine on camera right now. Nothing terrible happening. But if I got you really close, you can really see it on my face. It looks like it's sitting heavily. So I actually prefer to not set this, and I feel like it dries down enough that it's not sticky or tacky, and it works out fine not set for me. And I love how easy this is. It feels a little unsanitary to me. Like, if I had to think of a con, the con would be that I don't love opening this up and wiping it on my face, because who knows what I have on my face today and what I'm bringing on the next day and that sort of thing. But I don't know. Like, this has become, over the past week or so that I have used this foundation, this has become the foundation that I grab for every day. Because even though I love the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, the whole no pump thing on the top drives me nuts, and it is so much messier than me just opening this up, throwing it on, getting a kabuki brush and blending it out. And because you already have the product on your face and it's thicker, you're not even really getting the kabuki brush that dirty, you know? This is how dirty my kabuki brush is, you see? Not bad, right? And I've used this now 3 days in a row with this. So I mean, you really can't ask for much more than that. I would say maybe if you are on the extreme, either ends of the spectrum, like really dry or like really oily, maybe you wouldn't love this, but I would suggest anybody who falls in between to at least try this, because like I said, it was only $8 before taxes. It was so nice, and I absolutely love it. Of course, the big downfall of this foundation is the terrible and weird shade selection. 5 shades, most of them seem to lean very yellow or orange. They don't really make a whole lot of sense, to be honest. And the fact that Joe Fresh Beauty doesn't really seem to super exist on the internet, I don't know what's up with that. But if you can find the stick foundation, I find that it is the perfect combination of not moisturizing, but it stays dewy enough that it doesn't dry out your skin, but it dries down enough that it sets and looks nice by itself. And I have, with the exception of the shade selection and the being hard to find, I can't think of a single bad thing to say about this foundation. I love it so much. I'm so excited that I love an $8 foundation. And another thing to note about this foundation is that it photographs beautifully. If you look on my Instagram and you see the picture that I posted from Halloween of me as Scully, I did not retouch that picture at all. I think I put a little bit of like the rice filter on it, but like at like 20%, just because I wanted the colors to like even out better. But I did not retouch my skin at all, and I took that picture with my DSLR, and my skin just overall looks flawless. So I try not to set it with powder unless I feel like I have to, and I just can't believe how nice this foundation looks, and I will definitely go back to this over and over again. And so yeah, that's what I think about the Joe Fresh Stick Foundation. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and you can subscribe if you are not already. I'll see you next time. Bye!